Hey YouTube, this is Afronique and this is my 1 year, 6 month lock update. So this is what my hair looks like before I latch it. So this is what my hair looks like after tightening it. It's actually been tightened for like a good week or so. So I actually went in and put the loose hairs from my edges back into my lock using a needle and thread. And I got that method from Dynamic Runner, and I'll put that in the description box. And so up here it's stayed pretty well, but I have some that slipped back out. Yeah, that slipped back out above my glasses and then also in the back, unfortunately. So it was my first time doing it, so I'll have to kind of learn and kind of figure out the best way to get the hair to stay in there. I think probably what I did when I was kind of weaving the needle in and out, that I was probably putting too much space between the points, and that's probably why it wasn't as tight fitting. And okay, so how about I turn around and let you see my hair, and then maybe I'll remember what I wanted to say about that. And actually, while you're looking at my hair, let me show you my parts too, since you'll be able to see it a little bit better since I latched. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a better idea of what my parts look like. But what I was going to say, as far as latching, it took me about 6 hours to do it. And that's also including when I do it, I'm looking at videos on YouTube, I'm leaving comments on videos, I'm watching TV shows on my computer. So, of course, I'd be faster if I wasn't doing all that. Yeah. So that's just to give you an idea of how long it takes me to latch. Like I said, a rough idea. I'd like to know, for other people that latch, if you know how long it takes you to do it. I'd be curious to know that. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. I just got off a plane, yesterday? So I'm not back. I'm not back yet. But, oh, okay. So, the other thing I was going to tell you was I had a lump in my lock, and I will insert the picture so you can reminisce on what it looked like, because I fixed it. And I think this is the lock. I have a hard time kind of finding it now, but I believe it was, let's see, let's kind of make sure. I believe it was this lock. Yeah, it was this one. And so what I did to fix it was I took my nappy lock tool, and I actually ran my lock through where the lump was a couple of times, and that was how I was able to kind of mash down the lump, and kind of make it a little bit more uniform with the lock. So you can still see it's still a bumpy lock, but it's not as bad as it was. And sometimes I really had to kind of really kind of pull to get my lock to go through that lump. And so it was like really cool to see just how strong the lock was. I guess due to the latching that it didn't seem like I was gonna, yank the lock out of my head or anything, but I was able to really tug at it to get it to go through the lump. And then the other new thing is that I think my ends are starting to lock up because I've kind of felt them kind of hardening and condensing. So that's like cool. But I'm very excited that I'm going towards getting some locked ends. So maybe that will happen before my 2-year mark or at the 2-year mark, somewhere around there. And as far as like theories and trying to figure out, because for me what I really want to know is like all the little things that your hair does as it goes towards locking. And so it seems like since I'm playing in my hair so much, when I'm feeling it before it kind of goes to the really condensing kind of hard stage, it seems like they somehow get really, really soft. I don't know. I just remember my hair when I'm picking at it, that it feels really, really softer than normal. And then the next thing I know, it kind of feels kind of hard and condensed. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. I could be totally imagining it. I'm just trying to figure out, what your hair kind of does as it goes towards locking. So I'm just trying to guess and figure it out as my hair goes towards being, adult, mature locks. And then the other thing I was going to do, someone had mentioned on one of my old videos recently about having a hole in their lock and being concerned and wanting to make sure that it was going to close. And so the majority of mine have closed, but I did have one that's in there still. And so I was just going to show that just so you can kind of see what it looks like, because I really have to kind of find it, and I just know it's there because I pick in my hair, but visually it's not really noticeable, and there it is. So I'm not going to pick at it so you can actually see it, but if you can kind of tell, like in this area, it's where it's a little bit wider, that's where the hole is. And so for the most part, you really can't tell that it's there. Like I said, I just know it's there because I pick at my hair. So those, they do lock up. And so I think that's pretty much it with my hair. It doesn't really seem to be visually, to look any longer or anything like that. The major thing is just that I think my ends are starting to lock up. So I made it 1 year and 6 months, and I'm going to continue to make it. The goal is to have locks for life, so, we'll see what happens. And I was thinking, which that reminds me, because there was a lady at the lock conference, and I totally missed her. But somebody had told me that she was there, but I don't know if you've seen, like, the YouTube videos of this lady that's had her locks for, like, 20, 25 years, and they're, like, really, really, really long. And I think the YouTube video, she's, like, showing how long it takes for her to wash her hair. I haven't seen the video. I just kind of heard about it, I guess. And so I'm just wondering, because I know that that's kind of an issue I hear people who have had locks for a while, as far as them getting too heavy to where they want to start cutting, at least like maybe cutting off kind of some of the back rows so that they don't have so much weight. So I'm just kind of curious about that, because locks is a really, old hairstyle, and, just wondering how our ancestors and stuff dealt with them, getting so long and stuff and dealing with the weight. It's just amazing, because as African Americans, I think we kind of grow up thinking we can't have really long hair, and, and then you grow locks, and it's like your hair grows so long, it's like, you start having problems with it, you're stepping on it, and it's too heavy, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just interesting. So that's kind of my question for the month, is like, what can you do, what did our ancestors do, to kind of handle the weight and stuff of the locks, because some people, for religious reasons, they won't cut their hair. So how do they deal with that? So that was just a thought. I got to throw in something extra. All right, I'm about to go before I start rambling. As always, thanks for watching.